June 21st, summer solstice, summer 16, FBG Bro Show, Gavone Show. Actually, we'll call it the Gavone Show.
Gav Show.
We're calling it the Gavone Show. We're here. The Copa America game just ended, so we're obviously going to talk about that first. Yeah, we lost 4-0. Messi put one, in the top shed, and that was that.
The mess man just dicked us.
Really had no expectation of winning, I don't think. But, 4-0 is a little disrespectful. And I think, I would have liked to see them make it a little bit more respectable, for sure.
I think the most upsetting thing for me was, I didn't realistically think we were going to win. But I didn't think that we were 4 goals behind the best team in the world. And that was the most depressing thing for me. That's my biggest takeaway. Also, that first goal, I don't think, Guzzi looked like he was stuck in cement trying to get that.
Dude, he was in no man's land. Yeah. No man's land, dude.
Yeah.
But we had nothing offensively at all. Another good thing to take out of it is that there was over 70,000 people at that game. So
yeah, that's great.
For those who say soccer hasn't made it in America, I look at you with cool blue, and I laugh.
They sold out. Did they sell out NRG or not quite?
I'd assume
close.
70 for a football stadium. A football stadium is usually at least 75, 80.
Yeah.
But 70.
It could be 70 though.
70 is a good number, I think, for the Copa.
We got this thing called the Google machine. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, just look up NRG capacity. But either way, that's a really respectable crowd. And I thought the U.S. fans were out in force tonight. I saw them on whatever Snapchat channel that was. So
500 max. So that's pretty damn close.
Oh yeah, that is close.
How many max?
71,500.
Oh, okay. So they sold it out.
Oh, yeah.
They sold that. That's a sellout crowd. So, that's what happens when the best man is there and you're in the semifinals. So, I was just talking about this with Jay before. It's like I'm tired of seeing these teams these USA teams get or have the expectation of just getting to a respectable point rather than going for it all. And obviously, they don't have the kind of firepower in the studs that some of these better elite teams have, but at the same time it's kind of disappointing because for the U.S. it's a big win getting to the semis, and I don't think a lot of people had them or projected them to be at this point. So it's nice, but I know you have to play Argentina. It's a tall order for anybody to beat them, but especially for us. But just in general, I feel like the whole respectable thing shouldn't be a thing anymore. In the 2018 World Cup, we're going in there let's make the final and win it, But obviously that's kind of out of the realm of possibility at this point, and I know that. It's 2 years out, not even, so, what are you going to do?
Like you said about that was upsetting. Landon Donovan's final comment was about how, the U.S., wasn't supposed to be there. And, I get that, but when you get to that point, you're in the semifinals, you want to win the whole thing. You're not there, we made the semis, let's be happy. But one thing I forgot to say earlier, what I completely just don't understand, no logic at all, is why Chris Wondo lost.
Oh, Wondo is terrible.
He is the worst player on the team.
He's the one that blew the chance against Belgium.
He stinks. He stinks.
And, that he was the one that committed that free kick to Messi. You can't give Argentina a foul inside your midfield at all because you know that the magic man at any point is
world-class shot, though, Tone. Come on.
Yeah, and I thought that he had to take that yellow right there.
He shouldn't have been in the lineup to begin with.
The whole game. No, but the whole game, Messi was moving on the ball. He was just gliding on the ball, dude. He was doing whatever he
would have scored there, dude, if he wasn't taken down.
Every time he touched the ball tonight, he was poised, and he was absolutely exceptional.
He was locked in.
At the end of the day, he plays against some of the best defenses in the world. He plays against the likes of Real's back line, Juventus' back line.
This was playing the AAA team.
Yeah, playing fucking. You got Brooks back there.
That doesn't compare to the MLS back line and one guy from the German fucking Bundesliga. So
yeah,
he should be able to do well out there. Like they said earlier in the game, 6 guys in the U.S. lineup are from the MLS. There's not a single player on MLS. I'm on an MLS basher, most people are, but you see how far below the MLS is to the Premier Leagues, the La Ligas, the Serie A's. When you see them play,
without a doubt. Without a doubt, but that comes with the territory.
Exactly. Soccer definitely isn't the big sport here. I think eventually it will be. If they won this game, it definitely would have been huge. But It's good to see a guy like Messi come here. I mean, I'm just watching the highlight of that pass he had on that third goal.
I mean, Tone, this would have been a statement game. Like, this could have been a game where they'd be like, oh, we can compete with the elite teams in the world for soccer, but they didn't do it.
Yeah, no, but winning this game, and I was also saying this before, like, if the U.S. wins this game, the semifinal of this tournament against Argentina with the best player in the world on the team, that's comparable to the 1980 Olympics.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like, now I know, like, people are going to be like, whatever. But, I mean, that caliber, like, it almost would have been that caliber of an upset. It really would have, I think.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm thinking about, like, that 1980 U.S. team, like, going into it, you could, like, not every American person could name a player on that team. And I think about 95% of Americans could name a single player in Argentina. Like,
right.
Yeah.
The whole world should know who Messi is. Like, he is.
Even Higuain, he tears it up in Serie A. I think they said he had 34 goals.
He set the record for most goals in the
Serie A. The dude is just this ice cold.
That fall by Lavezzi was scary to watch.
Yeah, my God.
Oh my God.
I mean, of course, he over exaggerated because he's a soccer player. He got up on his own power, but still.
Have you guys ever seen something like that happen?
No.
Never seen the stretcher outside the pitch before. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
No, well, have you guys seen anybody go over the wall?
No,
like
no.
Like,
there's no reason to even try to head that back into play. Like, it's stupid.
I mean, how are you not aware of where you are in the field? Like, I know it's not like baseball where there's a warning track before the wall or anything, but I mean, like, damn, like, you got to know
you're pretty far out of bounds.
Yeah, like, you're borderline, like.
The thing is that, like, the fields they play on here, like, their football fields are not soccer fields, so, like, they are smaller width-wise, like, on the outside of, like, the field, because, like, if you watch at the Premier League, the field actually, like, dips down.
Right, yeah. Lavezzi's used to, the works over there in Europe.
So, I mean, that could have played a factor. I mean, that's not scary. Like,
we don't do that, dude. Soccer gets the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
NYCFC is playing in Yankee Stadium. They have about 2 feet off the sideline to hit a corner.
Yeah, they look really good out there, too. Losing to the Cosmos, 1-0. Unbelievable.
They had their second strings in, bro. Don't talk shit about my team.
No excuses.
Yo, They had a big win against the Philadelphia Union. They're, I think they're pretty close to the top of the table. I know the Philadelphia Union were at the top of the table, and they won 3-2. Pirlo, Lampard, and Villa scored.
The international, baby.
Yeah, finally, though. I mean, it took them a while. Besides Villa.
So, what do you boys think of Italy getting drawn in Spain round 2?
Yeah, that's
no pressure on Italy. That's what I think.
No, I think that's bullshit, though. Tony, you can explain it better how everything worked out. I just think that's kind of bullshit. Because, like, Italy is about to win against Ireland on, Thursday?
Tomorrow.
They win tomorrow at 3.
Right, tomorrow. And then, Spain has looked phenomenal as well. So, like, how do you have those two teams play each other? Like, shouldn't it be based more upon record than just what group you come out of?
What I didn't like is how the bracket was, like, predetermined. I think that the 4, like, they have the third place seed. They already know who they're playing. Like, France is going to play one of the third place teams. Like, I think it should have been, like you said, you take the top team from each single group, and whoever had the most points, like, best goal differential, should be rewarded by playing those lower 3 seeds. So it's like now, like, Italy, like you said, like, they've looked like one of the better teams in the tournament, and they have to play against a perennial powerhouse like a Spain. And then you have the side of the bracket that Italy's on is, like, crazy. You're going to have Germany, England, France, Spain, all in one half, and the other half of the bracket, all you have so far is, like, Belgium and Croatia. So it's like,
it's so tough to get out. It's going to be tough.
Either way, you're going to have to beat those bigger teams, at some point
in the tournament.
So you might as well get it out of the way first. But I mean, listen, that's not really ideal. That's not ideal. And listen, I think they can beat Spain. I think Italy's been. What's up? Can you hear me?
Portugal's a lock tomorrow.
Oh, Portugal. Yeah, well, they better be because you guys took Portugal.
Did they win the group yet?
If they win tomorrow, they win the group.
All right.
But back to Italy for a second. I think they match up well with Spain. I think Chiellini and Barzali have been playing great in the backfield for them. They can certainly hold it down. And then they've gotten leads early, so they're going to have to do that again against Spain. And obviously they've gotten a lot of complaints about, like, their style of play after the fact that they score a goal and then they play really defensively, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, if it's winning you games, how can you knock that hustle? So do something about it. Change up your game plan.
Their back three of Bonucci, Chiellini, Barzali, and then I'll even throw Buffon in there at goal. That should be enough to defer a Spanish attack that has not looked that lethal at all. And their best, Spain's best offensive weapon is Morata, who played at Juventus. So all those guys know what he does. So I'm not really concerned from that perspective. The one question I have is where our goal is going to come from. And that's been a question that has been debated the entire tournament. But they seem to find a new guy every single game so far.
Yeah, they really do.
Zaccarini, Adair, and then our boy Graziano, Jay.
Oh yeah, love him.
Belle.
Love him.
He didn't look too good the last game.
No.
They played. I have faith in them, and De Rossi said it earlier. Italy has the best defense in the tournament, and I think that to be true.
Oh yeah.
Yep. World class D for sure. So now off the soccer finally for a little bit. Juan Uribe, you guys all read the blog last week about him taking the cock shot from Mike Trout. I think it was like 100-mile-an-hour ground ball, straight to the nuts. And he comes back and hits 4. He's now homered in 4 consecutive games since being hit in the groin since that game.
I don't even know what to say about that. What is it, the testosterone? Just go up to his muscles a little bit. He's fucking, on Diablo City a couple of times.
Did he get hit in the balls and then it released a lot of whatever
just went through his body.
Endorphins come out of the nuts when you take HGH.
Yeah,
and he just got an HGH rush. I don't know.
That's it.
I don't know.
And then
KFC tweeted he was like Peter Parker gets bit by a spider and Spider-Man Uribe gets hit in the dick and then all of a sudden he's the Bambino. So
I was talking to somebody at work today. He was talking about the crazy to think that in Cleveland sports is going up. First you have the Cavs, and then you have a team like the Indians who are in first place in the division right now.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all about Francona, baby.
The Indians are sneaky, and they have Rob Cominti in their system, who could be up within the next year and a half.
He's really dealing.
He's nasty. He's ridiculous.
I mean,
they also have Clint Frazier.
They have solid pitching. I'll give them that much.
There's good players though, dude. Kipnis and Brantley are good.
Kipnis and Brantley can hold it down.
They
Carlos
battle with
Santana
310 every
produces. Kluber's good, and they've had Salazar and
they got some good players. They have a nice team.
Who's the other pitcher they have? He's pretty good. Carrasco.
Yeah. He's solid.
Carrasco, Salazar, and Kluber. That's not a bad trifecta right there. Those are 3. To have those guys as a top 3, you're not doing so bad. You just got to score some runs here and there. And then. It's basically what it comes down to is if the Royals are going to catch up, which I think they are. And by the way, what's going on with the All-Star voting? Let's talk about that for a second.
That's another mess.
Do Royals fans just sit at their computer?
Yeah, they ruin the game.
Just punch votes.
They ruin the game.
They need to change the way it's done. It can't be fan voting anymore. It's honestly there's fucking what's their guy's name?
No PR person in their right mind is going to stand.
Who's the second baseman for them?
Omar Infante.
He got cut.
Yeah.
Second place.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Seriously.
The same thing though with John Scott. Same thing though for the NHL, and that's comparable.
But that's funny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that is funny though, because he definitely was not supposed to be there at all. Infante could be a good player he was a good player.
The thing with the John Scott is the NHL, he was the last guy voted in on the team. It wasn't he was the only guy. There are multiple players in the Royals who right now don't even deserve to be there. Mike Moustakas is out for the fucking season. Why are you voting him into the All-Star game? It's like fucking the Warriors fans making signs for Draymond Green when he got suspended. He didn't die. He's still alive.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, super annoying fan base over there from what it seems like.
I just feel like there should be fan voting, but for a certain amount of positions. You can't do every single position you have to be fan voting. There's got to be some way to change it up. They got to figure it out.
Well, no, it also
like do one like how would you do it? Like one middle infield, one corner infield, one outfield.
Yeah, something like that around those lines. Just not every single position has to be fan voting because it's just like,
I don't know.
There's just too many guys. Honestly, I'll give you an example. Like honestly, Harper should not be starting in the All-Star game. Dude, he's batting .250. How could he be starting in the All-Star? He's 14 jacks.
There's better options in the outfield for sure.
I mean,
my last thing I'll say about this because I think I'm not really a big All-Star fan type of guy, but
it's relevant. It's like
it's the only sport it's relevant in, though. It's a fact.
The MLB All-Star game is absolutely relevant.
By Royals fans doing this, they are actually deterring from the Royals players who deserve to be like Lorenzo Cain. Like you can't argue. Like he's definitely an All-Star.
Yeah, he's good.
Eric Hosmer, I'd say deserves it.
Yeah. Sally P.
Like those guys, like they don't look as good when they're as like Omar and Fonte in the world getting up to the All-Star game.
Yeah. Oh.
One thing I thought that like the Giants, like they lost yesterday, and Bumgarner gave them one earned run. Like one.
Yeah, he pitched a complete game and lost.
Lost the game. That's true.
Yeah.
You gotta give him some
I
help.
would hate to see it become more of a popularity vote, which is unfortunately what it's kind of become. Because, like, at the end of your career, a guy like Bryce Harper is probably going to rack up, like, 15 All-Star games. Like, probably more, honestly, at least 15. Just because he's so popular. As long as it stays as fan voting, he could hit 250 and have, 20 homers by the All-Star game. He's getting punched in every year. But, I mean, I think eventually he'll obviously do better than that. I'm just trying to make an example. But, I mean, listen, like, it is what it is. I think the All-Star game is a great All-Star weekend to watch, honestly. Between the celebrity softball game, you see them being clowns, and then it's, the home run derby, which is always awesome. Bruce Bochy is such a hardo for not letting Mad Bum.
Yeah, he is.
Mad Bum do that.
A topic we talked about yesterday, the whole Nick Young fucking Iggy thing. I know I hung up, but today, I don't know if you guys saw the advertisement that Foot Locker came out with D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, Ben Simmons shows up and it's the funniest commercial I've ever seen. Like you have to watch it. Like Ben Simmons, you guys have any tips? Now that I'm gonna be a pro, and D'Angelo Russell, do you have a cell phone? And he's like, yeah. He's like, let me see it. And he gives him his phone, and then D'Angelo Russell just takes it, and just throws it into the pool. I was like, you'll thank me later. And I was like, damn, this is legit.
What? Blog it. Put it on the blog tonight. Just put the video up at least.
Tone.
Dude, you have to watch this video.
I'm gonna watch it now. Don't worry.
So, what else did I say we had?
The song changing for a second.
Oh yeah.
This is our last topic, but
stupid.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that because it's at the point where if they carried on with it another 5 years, you would almost have to keep it because then it's almost like a tradition. It's just a classic thing, but I guess it's fine.
Dude, that song would get me jacked up every time I see it. I'd be like, all right, let's go. Woo! Stand up football.
That song, first, when Carrie Underwood took over for Faith Hill, people were like, oh, they didn't change the song because, they really just changed the words, from Faith Hill's song to, Sunday Night Football. But then they kept it with Carrie. It's if you're going to keep Carrie, how do you change the song? Carrie's made that song what it is. You know the words. When you hear that, you know it's coming, right after.
No, it's her.
Is that how it goes?
Oh, man.
But last topic, can we just talk about Fernando Fury? That guy needs to get a fucking full-time job at Fox Sports. I need him doing PGA Tour. I need him doing everything that Fox Sports has. That guy is electric.
Electric.
Everything that guy says is hysterical. He's not even trying to be funny. I think it's just his lack of proper grammar and pronunciation of words just makes him funny. He holds nothing back. He's like Telemundo but in English. It's awesome.
That's him, right? Yeah.
He looks like
that mustache is unreal.
Yeah, it is. It's killer. Free mustache rise from him.
Oh, for days.
For days.
He looks like Pablo Escobar if he went on, if he let himself go a little bit and like was like maybe a quarter successful as a drug dealer as he is.
Like went to dark tan every day.
What?
Went tanning for like a month straight.
Yeah. Like hit the beaches in Cancun and then applied a lot of Just for Men like all over his stash, even though he clearly has a gray beard growing on the side of his face and his mustache is black. Like that's mad cheesy.
Last thing I'll say before I hang up is, Pim, if you watch this, if you even hint that Ronaldo is better than Messi, I will come to Jersey and I will beat your ass.
Pim.
Thank you and good night.